beautiful people. I hope you had a great day. I'm not exactly sure what path I'm going to go down tonight. So I guess hang on because I have a couple thoughts floating around. The first one is about urges. Since I've stopped drinking, and I'm sorry I have to use drinking because I don't really get gambling urges. Once in a while I do, and when they come up, I'll be happy to share them with you. I guess it's just because I'm so entrenched in trying to spread the message and do a good job getting people out of the gambling trenches that it's not as top of mind. Like, I know I would be the biggest hypocrite in the world. I know that it would make my tattoo moot. I just put too much expectations around me and not gambling. So it's a little bit easier for me to talk myself out of if it comes up. And I think on some subconscious level, I just couldn't. Like, I seriously it would demolish every ounce of dreams that I have at this moment and pretty much undo everything I've done, especially the last, almost year. There's been a lot of energy put into my gambling recovery. So, which I guess is a pretty good point, right? The more work you put into something, the more you don't want to lose it, which is part of my fundamental beliefs in recovery, is that you have to do the work, whether it's something you want to do or not, and whether it's even something you know how to do. One of the things I'm really a big advocate for is trying new things, especially in the self-care arena. And I need to do a better job, actually, of getting some guests on that can talk about that. Like, I would like to have, a Zumba instructor that teaches. I'm a Zumba instructor, but I haven't yet to teach. Although I'm thinking of challenging myself and really putting myself out of a comfort zone, because I've been licensed probably for 7 or 8 years, and I've never taught a class by myself ever. And I've only ever led 2 songs all by myself. So, and that was recently. So I'm getting better, but I'm gonna probably challenge myself to work on that. But anyway, so when you commit and you're invested, I think it's a whole lot easier. And I'm just a preacher about the work and a preacher about the self-care stuff. Because if we're busy doing Zumba or going to a salt cave or going on a walk or learning about a new way to eat, or I don't know, even, going to church was one of my things that I had to try a couple times before I figured out if I was going to keep it or not, as well as those little simple things we talk about, like taking a bubble bath and, getting her hair done, whatever. I'm not a normal girl in that sense either, so I guess I can't really speak to that. I do get my nails done, and I am going insane because I can't get them done. I just cut them all off yesterday, and I don't like how it looks at all. Not that I'm vain, but it just doesn't look very nice. And I know that when we get out of lockdown, everybody's going to be in the nail salons, and now I don't like all those people. Well, who knows? Maybe everybody will be too scared and I won't have to be around all those people. I guess we'll see. Anyway, so back to the urge. The last couple of days I've been working on some stuff that I am not skilled at. I am just not skilled at. And even though I'm putting time and energy in and I'm trying to Google or ask for help whenever I get stuck, I'm finding that my patience is really short. I'm finding that I'm getting frustrated and I don't want to do that. Like, that's something I would like if you were standing in front of me and you were frustrated, I could talk you off the ledge probably pretty well and say, hey, is it worth it? Will it matter in 30 days? Will it matter in 30 seconds? Is it really not fixable? Like I could talk other people out of frustration, I think, a lot better than myself. And there was a moment today, it was like so clear as I was sitting there. Today I didn't cry as much about it. Yesterday I cried quite a bit. But today I just was like, oh my God, like I'm thinking that I want to put this project away and pour a glass of wine and have a cigarette. And, like that was my total thinking. I could see that. And it wouldn't have solved anything. And I even almost talked myself into ice cream, but I was too scared to leave the house because I might have bought some of these other bad things, which I guess leads me into the other piece. I mean, we try to live our best life so that we don't end up with those emotions, but they're going to be there. And I had to just accept them and deal with them. But then I had to protect myself by not leaving the house. And that's the beautiful thing about the awareness and about some of the strategies we could do to protect ourselves. For gamblers, we can sign off, or I don't know the language, ban ourselves, sign the paperwork so that it's illegal for you to go to the casino and it'll be trespassing. If you were online, and I have to do more work on this too. Now that I'm saying it, I'm going to have to make a note of it. But there's actual things you can put on your computer to block those sites from showing up. It doesn't help with, like, I just looked at something on Facebook and a slot machine ad comes up. It had nothing to do with anything. It's just so freaking there. It's just like I was telling you about Friday night about how Ash picked up on the whole bingo thing, or on the targeting the gamblers when we were playing the regular card game. It's just insane. It's everywhere. But it goes for the same of giving up our money, right? If you have a spouse that you can give your money to just so you don't have money on you, if you are out and about, you're maybe not tempted because of scratch off tickets or because of OTB or whatever those triggers are. There's a lot of protection that we can put in place. And I guess on some level, I wanted to say that it's a mindset thing, but really it's not. Because there's people that just don't like, especially men, and I'm not trying to pick on you guys, but I see it in group a lot, especially with the new folks. We tell them, give your money to somebody else in the family, and the guys tend to struggle with it. They associate having money with their identity or their ego or whatever. Or in the background, it could be the manipulation or the access or the power to still go bet. So there's different reasons for that. So I'm just trying to feel my feels around the urge. It passed relatively quick. And what I did was I went into the group that I belong in for the alcohol recovery group, and just posted, hey, I'm feeling this way. Like, I don't remember having very many urges the last few months. That was the other thing. I didn't even realize that I'm like over 4 months without drinking. That kind of blew my mind too. Because they do like a weekly roll call and you keep track of your days. And I don't know if it's the quarantine or my focus on all the other stuff, but holy cow, like my next month adventure is going to be like 5 months. And it's good because, not just because I would use it as a coping mechanism, but I know I would also make some bad choices and send some really bad texts still if I was drinking. So it's good that I don't, because I could be aware of my bad decisions and try to not make them. Those are my thoughts for this evening. I am going to go to bed now. I plan to ride my bike in the morning. It was raining this morning, so we didn't ride our bikes. And then it was raining this afternoon, so we didn't get to go for a walk. And I haven't dedicated enough time to physical stuff already. You know, today, yesterday, or Saturday, I don't think I did anything. Maybe, I didn't do anything. And I guess I could probably talk for another 20 minutes on that, on rearranging priorities and trying to figure it out, because as you know, I advocate for that, and I should have done a better job. I haven't been doing a super good job. Whoa, how about that correlation? I haven't done a good job on taking care of my body or my mind because I haven't been meditating as much. And go figure, I end up frustrated and wanting a coping mechanism. There might be something to that, huh? That's just insane. I didn't even mean to connect those dots, but they make perfect sense. I hope it makes perfect sense to you. All right, gang. Have a marvelous evening. Talk to you soon. Bye.